Today I'm speaking with Andy Walker from Cyberwalker Media. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
How do you get a client to tell you what he really needs instead of what he thinks he needs?
Well, you ask them, there's a bunch of questions you can ask them to have them tell you. It's a discovery process, but essentially what I'll do when I sit down with a customer, I'll say, why did you call me? So they may say, well, I need a better website. Oh, well, I need an email. I think I need email marketing. And then I'll go, well, why? Why do you need a better website? Well, I want my company to be, seen as a good pet food manufacturer. And I'm like, and why do you want that? Well, because I want more sales. Oh, so your objective, if we go out 1 year from today and you and I work together and we help you market your pet food company, you will consider a success if your sales go from $1 million a month now to $2 million a month. Was that true? Yes. Okay, good. So your long-term objective is to grow sales. Yes. Okay. So if that's the big picture, because of course some companies will say, no, I'm not that interested in sales. I've got plenty of sales. It's okay. But we have a problem with some audiences, or there's a new market we want to go into. We are in dog food. We want to go into cat food. So we really want to expand our offering into cat food, and we haven't communicated that properly. And we want people to trust us. We know, yes, eventually we want to sell more cat food because we don't sell cat food right now very well. Okay, so you want to build authority and trust on your new cat food brand. Yes, I do. So it's an exploratory conversation. What is the long-term goal? What would make, if I said my fee is $1 million, what would make you happy in a year's time if you spent $1 million with me? What things would you be happy with? Because if you said, look, a better website, I can do that for you. But we're not going to use that to measure your happiness, right? I want, what's the outcome you want? Ask that question. What result do you want? Ask that question, right? And then ask a bunch of, how do you think we can get there? What is the problems that you experience right now? And then you explore all those different things, and eventually you get to, what does the client want? Usually it's sales or more web traffic, or, a better reputation when we're talking about marketing and digital marketing.
So what would you say to a client who asked you to create a website and they gave you a list of features, but set an unrealistically low budget and a very short timeline? How would you deal with that kind of unrealistic expectation from a client?
I would tell them we can't help them. Like, simple as that, right? So you could say, well, I have $1,000 and I want 1 million people to come to my website. And I would say, that's not possible. It's just not possible. Like you were saying that you've got $1,000 and you want a Cadillac, or you want a Tesla. Sorry, we don't sell Teslas for $1,000 at our agency, right? I've turned customers away before because their budgets are too low. And also the commitment's not there. It's not just that, because the thing about digital marketing is it's a partnership between the agency you hire and the company that gets the services, right? It has to be collaborative, right? And it has to be realistic. And, in my company, I have payroll and I have expenses, and I'm not a charity, right? I'm a profit-making organization. So I will give you a company, I will establish what they want and what they're out to do, and I will give them the costs involved in that and the range of services we can provide given the budget that they have. And then we can decide from there. And I've had customers go, I only have $1,000. And I say, we can't do that for $1,000. But I tell you what, go to Fiverr and you might be able to find somebody offshore that might be able to do that. But I'm not sure if you want that low level of engagement, who's offshore and may have some skills, right? They may not understand the marketplace, right? So I will actually have that very frank conversation with somebody. And then they go, okay, well, what would it cost? And I'll say, well, let's talk about the features, and maybe we'll come up with a number. In the first month, you're going to spend $5,000. And anybody who goes, well, then I can stop then. I can say, well, no, because it doesn't stop there. But if I'll deliver what you want me to, if we can agree on a price, and yeah, sure, we can stop. But I will always educate the customer that there's always a long-term play, right? The customers that are most successful with us set a reasonable budget. create expectations, and have a commitment to work with us on an ongoing basis through, ideally through a period of a minimum of 6 months, usually a year, and often for the most success, at least 2 years, because it's a long process that doesn't just happen overnight. I can't get Google to index your website as a #1 on pet food in 30 days. It's just not physically possible, right? It just doesn't happen, right? It's a 6 month to 1 year process to start to raise, your credibility with Google, and we have to do a series of actions over time. So that's essentially what I'll do. But I will reject some business because it's just not physically possible for the amount of money they want to pay.
Thanks. I've been speaking with Andy Walker from Cyber Walker Media. Thanks very much.
Yeah, my pleasure.